Fellas, if you're anything like me, you jumped into this world of fragrance because, well, you wanted to smell good, you take your hygiene seriously, but also the compliment factors that are there for you. And, well, not all fragrances garner compliments. Today I'm going to give you 5 fragrances that will always get you compliments. And when I say always, I mean these fragrances are good fragrances that are always going to put you in the best position to get compliments. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get down to big beer business. Now, the first fragrance I want to talk about is truly fitting for this list because it wasn't one that I was always a fan of, but as I wore it more and the compliments came in more, I decided to wear it more, and the cycle repeated itself over and over again. This is a fragrance that really glides well from the day into the night, and this one comes from the house of Bond, and this one is Bond No. 9's Bleecker Street. Bleecker Street is violet, caramel, oak moss, cassis, cinnamon, patchouli, and vanilla. You really can't go wrong with a scent like this. This one is a spring staple. Wear this fragrance in the spring and you're going to be good to go. Summer as well, obviously. This is a fragrance that can do well in the high heat, but as I mentioned, this fragrance also works both good at the daytime and at night. So as things begin to cool down a bit, unless you're in Florida, it's hot all the time there, whether it's day or night, especially in those summer months, then this is a scent that you can feel justified in wearing and knowing that, hey, you're putting yourself in the optimal position for compliments to roll in. According to the good people at Bond No. 9, they say that Bleecker Street is art, fashion, seduction, and dessert in liquid form, and this fragrance is really supposed to help you with that sensual, seductive peef. Now, this is more of a warm fragrance. Again, when I talk about this one being warm, not in the sense of being good for that cuddle buddy action, but a warm weather fragrance with, I guess, a hint of spice in here too to kind of add to that. But all in, it's a fragrance that I've grown to love and be thoroughly impressed with. I haven't mentioned this one in quite some time, so make sure you get your nose on this one. At very least, get yourself a sample and get yourself on the way to getting some compliments. The next fragrance I want to talk about is one that is woody, it's fresh, and it's also fruity. Now, according to the company that makes this fragrance, they say that it's unconventional, and I don't get that it's unconventional at all, because at this stage in the game, there are a ton of fragrances that smell similar to this, and they just happen to cash in on it themselves. The fragrance is none other than Aventus Cologne from the house of Creed. Now, I wore this one the other day and went to 2 places and got compliments in both places. I went to Mission Barbecue. The person behind the counter said, "Hey man, what do you have on? I love the way it smells." And I told that person all about it, and they began to give me their fragrance list. They didn't know who I was, but I said, "Man, that fragrance list sounds amazing." And then they also just kind of helped me through the process of, did you know that Mission Barbecue had like 16 sauces? I digress. But back to this one here, an amazing fragrance. And Creed Aventus in itself is amazing, and it's prime for compliments. Listen, the OG Creed Aventus is great in its own right, and it's prime for compliments, and this one is as well. The other compliment I got was from a group. It was like 2 people together, and the lady turned around and said, "Man, you smell nice. What is it?" And I began to tell her and her husband what the fragrance I had on was. I wasn't again, just like the other one that we're talking about today, I wasn't a huge fan of this one when it first came out, because I said, hey, why do you need to release this as Creed when you have the original Aventus? But I understand why they did it at this point, and I've been making the dent of the scent. Phenomenal fragrance that you really can't go wrong on. Those are going to be good for you for spring and summer. Both of those scents will fit in that one. Now, this one here is not the best fragrance for those high heat scenarios, but it's a fragrance that I love, and I used to talk about a whole lot, like a lot. But this fragrance hasn't changed in my personal opinion in terms of the compliment factor, in terms of its value, but it's a little more challenging to find these days, which is why I've removed it a bit from the rotation of talking about. But sometimes as a fragrance collector, or if you just want to smell different, you got to do a little bit of searching. I'll try to make it easier for you by linking it down below. The fragrance comes from the house of Nejma, and this one is Nejma No. 7. Now, this one is a oud line of fragrances, but I don't get much oud within this scent, so do not let that be off-putting. Nejma No. 7 is said to be citrus, coconut, cacao, tons of sweetness and oud. As I mentioned, I don't get any of the oud that this one talks about. but I also don't get much of the cacao within this fragrance. To me, Nejma number 7 is the sweet scent that is done in a phenomenal way. It really moves from that citrus into a sweet coconut in a really easy way, and I don't think that that's always something that's easy to do. Now, as I mentioned, this one is from an oud line. Legend has it these fragrances were created for the perfumer's daughters, one to represent each, and this is a unisex scent. Fellas, let me tell you, if you are looking for a fragrance that is warm, cuddle buddy, the one that ladies will love, and it's so different than a lot of fragrances on the market today, then this is one of those ones that you need to try. As if you go through and look at anything on this, women will tell you that this one is a compliment getter. This one also is one that they love smelling. Be different, fellas. Put this one on. I've been saying it for years. I haven't talked about this one as much lately, but if you go back to old videos, man, I've been talking about that fragrance since 2017 at least, okay? It used to be carried at Macy's. I'm not sure if it's still there, but I will definitely find a place that it is available and link it for you, because you are missing out if you are not trying that scent. And now when I think about this next fragrance, it's one that, if I'm being honest here, I actively set out to hate on. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go find this fragrance and I'm gonna hate on it, or I'm gonna hate on it, and it didn't work. I got the fragrance and really did enjoy it. And when I think about some of the other fragrances within this lineup, you know, we'll get to that, but this fragrance here just delivered through and through. Now, since me being a hype beast, I'm gonna talk about the hype beast version here, which is just the difference in packaging. The fragrance is exactly the same. The fragrance comes from Jean Paul Gaultier, and this one is Le Male in the Navy. Now, Le Male in the Navy is this aromatic fragrance that just works. This one is more of a marine vibe versus the original, but when it comes down to compliment factor, ease of wearing, performance in the fragrance, all in, I can't complain on any aspect related to this scent. That being said, it is a very easy fragrance to wear. The note breakdown is not anything that's complex or complicated, and I think that adds to that value of what a designer fragrance is. You're looking for things that are crowd pleasing, easy to wear, grab and go type of scent, and this one is it. This one is, again, marine vibe. You got some watery notes, a little bit of salt within the scent, but nothing that's going to be off-putting, so therefore you don't have to worry about that. A little bit of greenness within this scent too, to kind of help give a little bit of life, but all in, it's a fragrance that I do not think you will miss with, and you're going to set yourself up prime for compliments. White t-shirt approved on that one. You're going to be just good to go. Fresh, clean, airy fragrance that gets the job done. Le Male in the Navy. Now that takes us to our final fragrance on today's list, and it's a fragrance that really I can't get enough of, and I've said this before, but probably I need to get a bunch of backup bottles of this one because it's quickly growing to become one of my favorite fragrances out there, and that's tough. That's difficult to say. But the fragrance also comes from a brand that I love, which is the brand of KILIAN, and this one is KILIAN's Angel's Share. Now, wearing this fragrance, you're gonna get your angel share of compliments because this one just smells heavenly. Angel's Share, it's warm, it's spicy, it's definitely cozy. Vanilla's on deck here. There's some sweetness here. A little bit of booziness within this scent. You would expect a lot of booziness based on the bottle, but I just love this scent here. You're gonna put yourself in an optimal position for compliments wearing this scent, and it's one that ladies will enjoy, men will enjoy, old people will enjoy, young people will enjoy. The only thing here is I've never worn this fragrance, maybe twice that I've worn this fragrance and haven't gotten a compliment with it. My son has worn this fragrance once, maybe twice, and not gotten a compliment with this scent. But if you're looking for a way to say, hey, I want to get compliments, I want to smell good, I want to smell different than a lot of people out there, then this is the way to go. I've been in love with this scent ever since I've gotten my nose on it. My wife and I just been talking about this fragrance and others within the collection that really do just a phenomenal job of making you smell good and building your confidence if you enjoy receiving compliments, because compliments can do a lot for you mentally. That's just my personal opinion. It's not like scientifically backed, or is it? So that's all I have for you today, man. Those are 5 fragrances that always produce compliments. Let me know fragrances on your list that always produce compliments, because you know people need to know, man. We need to be out here smelling our best, building confidence via compliments, using the wonderful world of fragrance. As always, I'm your boy, Big B. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend that we are back again. And you already know what I need you to do. Just hit the goddamn bell.